Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Sun is rising, feel the warmth on my face. There's a lot to do now, but there ain't no race. I sip my coffee, I'm feeling fine. No need to work yet, I'm gonna take my time. It's a brand new day, gotta take it on my way, gotta take it on my way. It's a brand new day, gotta take it on my way, gotta take it on my way.
Good evening. Welcome to WSBI, your Resource for Success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring women-owned businesses from across the country. My name is Kimberly McLemore, and I am your host. With us, we have Alika Davis, founder of Z Fierce Fitness. Welcome, Alika. How are you this evening?
Hello, Kimberly. Thank you for having me. I'm doing fine. And yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad we have this opportunity to chit-chat for a little bit and learn more about the Z Fierce Fitness program that you have going on. So what you can do is start off by just telling the listeners a little bit about yourself and what you've been up to.
Okay, well, I personally am a mother of two, wife of a soldier. I'm a government employee by day and a Zumba instructor by night. And I love to throw events, whether they're fundraisers or bringing international presenters to our area to bring the community together. And that is my major goal.
All right, yeah, the Zumba. Boy, I tell you what, that's something that I truly love to do. Being that I had the experience of being an instructor and then having the opportunity of meeting some other great instructors here in the area, it's my pleasure to be able to sit down and chat with you about this. So how did you get inspired, or who inspired you to do this type of training, especially with Zumba? I mean, I know that's really international and a lot more people are involved in it, but what made you decide to get involved in it?
Well, I honestly, I had a Zumba instructor just come up to me at the end of class and say, "Hey, you're good. You need to teach." And this is after maybe I had just been started doing Zumba a month. I started going to the gym, lifting weights, and I kept hearing this music coming out of this class. And I said, well, I need to go try it one day. So I just went in and I fell in love with it. She was going to the Peace Corps, and she honestly wanted to give me her class. So I said, well, after a couple of months of her urging me, I went ahead and I got certified, and it's just been uphill from there. I have some great mentors that help me get to where I am. We're always learning, and I've just grown with it.
Yeah, that's one thing about Zumba is that there's so many, like I said, people who are doing the same thing you're doing, but the experiences that you have and learning from those other people, and like I said, they become mentors. Some of them are just your friends, but I think you and I have talked a little bit before just about the fact how people just generally will start helping you when they see that they like what you're doing and they're just constantly involved. And I think that's really awesome that, here you decide you heard this music, then one day all of a sudden you're actually doing Zumba. So how many years have you actually been doing Zumba?
I got certified January 2014. It was actually a birthday gift to myself. So I've been doing Zumba almost 4 years now. And yes, I believe I got my first class maybe 2 months after I got certified. Wow. Then I went on to get other certifications. Yes, it's just, yes. Zumba is something you're either in love with or you're about it. And I'm one that fell in love with it. I truly believe in the dance part, the fitness part, and what Beto wants it
Right.
to be, what his vision is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Beto
Yes.
is an amazing individual. So yeah, I like the way that Zumba has definitely grown throughout the years. And I think some people think that they've grown too much, but at the interim, I think it's awesome that they have so many different levels for people to feel like they can be a part of the Zumba experience. And I love the way that you teach the classes, and you're also into a lot of the newer classes that come out. You want to talk a little bit about some of those classes that you've started?
Well, I teach Zumba toning, which is, still Zumba dancing at a little slower rate, and we use weights. I've also started teaching Strong by Zumba, which is more of a hit class to music, and I've absolutely fallen in love with it. I don't think I want to teach it more than twice a week because it is very intense, but it's a great class, especially if you want to get in shape. People pass me, seeing me at work, and they're like, "Did you lose weight? What are you doing different?" And
Right.
although I'm not doing much different, that 1 to 2 classes a week of strong is even changing my body shape. So it's a great, it's a fun class.
Yeah,
So
it
everybody should
is.
try.
Yeah, it is absolutely fun. Okay, well, tell me a little bit more about you starting the Z Fierce Fitness program. So you bringing in people. Tell me how you got started in that, because that's a huge responsibility. I mean, it's one thing to go from enjoying the Zumba, and then next thing you know, you're instructing, and now you've got this other big production thing going on. Tell the listeners a little bit about that.
Well, it was just something that I honestly jumped into. My son is on the marching band at the high school, and the director wasn't giving them the supplies that they needed, and I was spending money out of pocket, buying drumsticks and the things that they needed. And he came to me one day. He said, "Mom, what can you do to help, our drum line to grow?"
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, honey, I got taxes and I got Zumba. That's it." So I said, "Well, let me see what I can do." So I put together a Zumbathon,
Mm-hmm.
and I was surprised at the outpouring that came in for the marching band alone out there. But in the room was exactly what they want, what Zumba is presented to be. There was so much love, and everybody worked together, and it was just smiles and so much community, and everybody just came together to make this one event happen. And I was like, well, this is amazing. It sparked something in me, like I need to do this some more.
Right.
So yes,
All right. And I
I
love
ended up
that.
going to convention, and I
Okay.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, and I saw a letter, and I said, well, I mean, she puts out so much love and so much positivity. So
Mm-hmm.
I said, you know what? I'm going to bring Loretta. So I talked to her probably about September. I reached out, and she said, yeah, I'll come. Let's do it in December. And I jumped in. I figured out, I reached out to some folks, and it's amazing how there are a lot of people out here that are not willing to help. There are a lot of Zumba instructors that are not willing to help.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of black women that are not willing to help. So it was kind of touch and go. I learned a lot of things the hard way, but that's part of the culture that I'm trying to change. Us as women, us as Zumba instructors, we should stick together and do things together and bring each other up. And Loretta made mention of this, of that when she came, but
Mm-hmm.
the event went well. It was so great. Everybody got along. It was just love in the room all over again. Everything that Zumba is supposed to be in that night. And I said, well, I need to do this again.
Right.
So it's just been something that's ongoing. And everyone goes to Maryland. They go to Maryland, or they go to other states to see the ZES, the education specialists, the
Right.
international presenters that we want to dance with, we want to see. So I said, well, why not bring them to Virginia? So yes, I take a big leap of faith when I go out there, and I have these presenters come, but I also have the faith that the community is willing to come together and enjoy this moment with me as well.
Absolutely, you're right, and you're right. I was at that event with Loretta Bates, and it was awesome. It was the first experience I've ever had doing a program like that, or with the Zen Jams and all that. I mean, it was just incredible. And being that I've been doing this since about 2012 myself, so to have an opportunity to do it with you and some of the other instructors that were there, it was absolutely an amazing experience. And like I said, it's all about having fun. And you were right. She talked about community and getting along, and people not worrying about who's better than the next person and all that. So because Zumba does represent a wholeness, it's not about perfection. It's about getting in shape, having a good time with it, and not feeling like you're an outsider. It's all about love. And so I applaud you for stepping out there and on your own and not really having the direction that you probably would have enjoyed having. And I think that's probably one of the bigger challenges. I know that you've talked about the fact that everybody's going over across the river to do this, and people aren't as always so willing, and we're in a community where there are a lot of Zumba instructors, so I'm sure there's definitely a challenge with that. But tell me some of the successes that you have had about bringing on, these trainings and these programs, and what do you see down the future by doing this, these different types of productions?
Well, just networking in general is a huge thing. I've met so many instructors. Just even throwing the 2 events that I'm doing now. I met a lady today, and she's like, "I don't come to Woodbridge. I don't participate in events. I don't do these things because of the vibe, the negativity that's been going on." And for her to come out to tell me I'm bringing her out of her shell, I'm bringing her out of her hole to come and fellowship with us at this event is like, okay, I'm doing something right. That shows me I'm moving in the right direction to change the way people are thinking about even Zumba as a whole. It's that was a great feeling for me today. But to see people smiling and having fun, and when you walk into a Zumba room, everybody's the same. We don't judge each other. We leave our troubles at the door, and we come in, and I tell my classes, welcome Zumba family. That's part of my intro, because we are family when we come into the room. We all dance together, we smile, we laugh, we have fun, and then we go back out into the world after an hour. But that brings joy to me to know that people will come out to a class to do that with me in my regular classes and at these events. So it's humbling to me to know that people will come to do that.
Yeah, yes. You're right. It is. It's all about having fun. It's a party, and you definitely bring that. You are absolutely bringing it. And you be wearing me out too. I'm like, whoa.
Gotta get you on stage soon.
Yeah. It's been a while, but I do enjoy it. It's one of those things that, like you said, once you're in it, you really want to stick with it. And I'm the type of person that when I decide to devote myself to something, I really want to make sure that I can be there all the time. And I know I show up to quite a few classes, but it's definitely a difference between teaching and being a student. And I guess right now I'm just loving being the student. So,
right.
But hey, you need help, I'm available.
I know the feeling.
Exactly. So,
Listen, I do know the feeling. It's fun to just be a student sometimes.
Yeah, you just want to stand in the back and kind of hide, It's like so. And you're right. It's funny how different instructors can tell when somebody's been a teacher or they're instructing or they're just really good. Because when you can see a person who picks up on Zumba instantly, it's like, wait a minute now. There's something special about this person. So you definitely have that specialness about you. And like I said, I think you're fabulous and really enjoy coming to your classes. And the one thing I want to ask, like, when being that this is a very new business for you, and I know that you're in your other life, you also do your private stuff with IRS and so forth, but if you had any real good advice to give anybody, especially our women who are coming into business, what type of advice would you give to them?
Okay. My advice is, starting out new, is to have a good team behind you that believe in your vision, that believe in you, and are willing to stick by you in whatever you need. Because you can't do it alone. It's not, you can, but it's harder. You can, but put in the work. You have And that's the next thing. You have to put in the work. Rome wasn't built in a day. You have to build your business plan. Once you reach that goal, go to the next goal. What can you do next? How can you make it better? What can you do differently? And these are questions that I ask myself all the time. Where am I going with this? What do I want next? How can I make this better?
Right, right. Exactly, yeah, because that's with any business. You watch it evolve, and I think a lot of people get mistaken that idea that, oh, I have a business plan, I did it one time, and that's a done deal. It really isn't. It's an evolving piece of paperwork, so to speak, that helps you watch yourself grow. So, like I said, as you continue to learn this process, you're going to continue to go back and forth to determine what's the best avenue for you to be in the business, and whether you need to stand still a minute or continue to move forward. So I definitely agree that the business plan is a very important aspect, and I find that a lot of people who come in business, they love to tend to skip that piece and just want to dive in, and it's easy to do, because like you said, you can have one good successful event or something happen, but then all of a sudden not understanding, well, why is the other events aren't so good, or what's going on with that. And a lot of it is just because it's not understanding the experiences of what it means to be in business. And when you start to plan out those things that you need to have in business, it makes it more tolerable, so to speak. Like I said, Rome wasn't built overnight, and that's the part of the planning process is important. So you have a lot of things going on. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Hello?
No, I say yes. It is. I was green.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I have some miscommunication around this. So anyway,
okay.
Really, being that you're in the business, and I know you have some things going on, can you tell the listeners about some of the things you do have going on so that they can come and hang out with us at your events?
Sure. I have an event coming up April 8th with the Brutes. They're coming over from California. They're international presenters that bring the Ultimate Dance Fitness Experience. So they are called the Ultimate Dance Fitness Experience, and they have a amazing style. They do hip hop. They say that we dance, we lift. So they do hip hop. They do the Latin music, and they give you a fitness workout, but they're also funny. They're hilarious. If you've ever, seen one of their posts, it's just, they are hilarious in what they do. They pretend like they're superheroes, but they dance with Chris Brown, with Omarion, the Les twins. They've been on the X Factor, and So You Think You Can Dance. So they are really, they're out there. They know Venus and Serena. They post, the big fitness events that they have in California, they're one of the top two presenters that they have come out. So if you want something that's going to be exciting on a Saturday, these are the guys that you want to come see. So April 8th, the Holiday Inn in Boston. Right now, tickets are $20, and they bring the Ultimate Dance Fitness Experience. They keep the class bumped.
That's awesome. I know I'm will be there, front row.
Yeah. Yes. They're guys, they pump, they dance, they lift, but they're also very human and down to earth. And I have another one coming up May 20th with Watata and Vontrice. And Vontrice V. Boogie Stevenson. She's also from California. Watata is Dominican, from Florida. He's moved to this area recently, I believe. And he's he's Fire Lion. He's an established merengue powerhouse. His music influences are, reggae, soca, hip hop, but he actually creates music. He's an artist. He creates music for Zumba. And you go to his page, most of his routines are to his own music. And he's just amazing. If you know Zumba, you know Watata. He's also very funny. He's a hilarious guy. They have great personalities. And Vontrice is more into, she's a Zumba instructor. She's been an instructor since 2008. Okay. And she's amazing. She's been in the videos. She's been in the Wii game. She's performed with Beethoven, Gina Grant, and Dario Wonder. So she's a celebrity as well. And she's actually doing a hip Hop workshop on May 21st here in the area, not too far from where we're holding the fitness concert. The fitness concert will be at the Palace on May 20th. Mm-hmm. The hip hop concert, the hip hop workshop will be May 21st at ETC Gold's Gym in Momsco Plaza. So come on and join us. We're going to have some great high energy fun.
Wow, that sounds good. I haven't paid much attention to that one, so I have to definitely check that one out too. So how can the listeners get a hold of you?
Okay, you can reach me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ZFierce Fitness, or you can reach me via my webpage, which is Alika, Alika Davis.zumba.com, and all the events are posted there as well.
Okay, all right, great. Well, I really want to thank you for coming out tonight. I know that you're extremely busy, and I know Wednesdays is like your only evening off, so I really appreciate you having an opportunity to talk to us. Any last words you would like to tell the listeners?
No, I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me on, and get out there and Zumba.
All right, great.
Come join me.
I will. That's right. You guys heard her. No excuses. Come on out to Gold's Gym and come and hang out with us and do some classes. I guarantee you will enjoy it. Again, like I said, thank you for coming on tonight and sharing your story with me. For everybody else, again, my name is Kimberly McLemore, and I'm with the Women's Small Business Initiative Group. You can find me at www.wsbillc.com, or you can visit me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Until then, I'm here every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. So, until then, have a good evening. We'll see you next week.
Audio Jungle.